Greetings, guys. Greetings is a warm greeting, depending on where you're watching me from. It's gonna be good evening to some people, good morning to some people, good night to some people. My name is Prince, and I'm from Premium City Graphics. So today, I just want to tell you something that I know it's gonna be very important to you. Um, Someone asked me a question to say, what does it take for me to survive in this business, or for me to survive as a graphic designer? Now, like I've been saying and telling people, um, me most of the time, I don't teach people about what I read. I teach people about what I've experienced. And that's the reason why even my classes are a bit different from what people are used with, because I don't like telling people based on what I read. No, I love telling people something that I have experienced. So if I'm teaching you something, it's gonna be because I know it works and I have tried it, I've tested it, and I've approved it. So this person said, what do I need in order for me to survive in this business? Now, there is something that I want you people to understand. It's gonna be a very short video. I'm just gonna uh, say something about this, then I'm gonna show you something, then I go. I've been saying this thing times and again. You see, the road you are trying to walk on, or the journey you are trying to embark on, always know that every thing that you want to do, every journey, every road, always know that there is someone out there, somebody out there that has walked that road before, that has walked that journey before. Okay? The software you are trying to get to know how to use, there is someone who has already used it before. Okay, there is already somebody who has used it before. I was learning how to design in illustration. Thank God now I'm done, and I'm good to go. I am now comfortable to use both of the programs depending with what I want. Definitely I didn't teach myself. Somebody who knew or who knows how to use Illustrator taught me how to go about it. So every journey, there is somebody that has already embarked on it, and these are the people that have got the right advice for you. So to answer the question of how can you survive in this business, there's only one answer: find someone who has walked that journey before. That is it. If you want to survive, in this business, in this career, in this graphic thing, find someone who has walked the journey before. This advice is actually broad. It's not just keyed to one thing about designing. It's just about everything. If there's a particular business that you are trying to venture into, it's always recommended find someone who has already, okay, who has already started it, who has experience in it. Those are the people that will give you the best advice. Every single day I receive messages from my students, different questions, different questions. There are people who are my students, they have not subscribed to learn any Photoshop lesson. Like I told you, I've got 3 classes now: how to design in Photoshop, basics of Photoshop, and how I design in Photoshop. So there are people who are not part of those classes, okay, but yet they pay monthly. What do they pay for? Just to ask me questions when they have one. And I can tell you that there are people who are being helped now. I don't open any program, they'll just call me and say, Prince, how do I talk to a client, or what should I do here? I've heard this, what can I do? This guy is telling me this, how should I reply him? And I'll be giving advice to people, and it works. Okay, so if you are out there and you're one of those people who have questions like, how can I succeed, how can I be the best, how can I improve my skill, how can I do what, any question that you have, as long as it's a how regarding graphic designing, is it how to remain relevant, how to find clients, how to become good at what you're doing, what kind of niche do you want to venture into, all these kind of questions, as long as you have, find someone who can mentor you. Currently I am having the same mentorship. These ones, there is no class. It's just a 1 month of question and answer. Anytime you have a question, because right now I don't answer questions. If you text me and I respond to you, then you are lucky, but I don't. Even if it's just a simple question of how do I install Photoshop, I don't respond, as long as you're not a registered member or a student. So if you are out there and you want me to be part of the people that are mentoring you, but you don't want the classes, you don't want those, you already have an idea in Photoshop, you can do something in Photoshop, please consider subscribing to my class, which is actually, how much is it now? $5 every single month. You just have to pay $5, and then I can get to answer those questions that you have, if there is this question or if there is that question. Yes. So that's how it currently is working. So that's it. Now there's somebody who asked me something. There's something that I've made, and I've made this based on a question and based on my experience. So most of the time when you are designing a sticker, okay, I'll give an example. If you are going to make a sticker like do I have any sticker here? Okay, I think I have one sticker here. So okay, let me put it this way. Okay, if you're gonna be taught to design a sticker like this, right, most of the time people, they will like just tell you, okay, we have these bottles and then we want to make stickers for them. It's anointing oil and we want to sell them. Most of these people, the project will just end there. They don't go beyond that. Okay, now there are times where you find serious ministries or serious businesses. Now these people, they will not just tell you to say, okay, can you make a sticker? They can also tell you, can you make us the boxes where that particular oil is gonna be put in, like a product box. Okay, now that like if you are taught to make a sticker like this, mostly it's just stickers, they'll stick there, they don't have, you know. But some churches or some companies, they'll come to you and say, we want a product box and want you to make as well as the menu of, or maybe, you know, those things that you find inside a box when you buy something. Even if it's a perfume, sometimes you might find a paper. No, perfume they don't, right? But mostly other things, like if it's medicine, they will tell you there will be maybe a bit of some paper inside with the writings, of course, where you can be able to kind of read how to particular, maybe how to take that particular medicine, the dosage and everything. So designing, like I said last time, you know, it's a bit complicated. Okay, the one problem that I have with people that follow me, the one problem that I have is that people only know how to design church posters. They don't know how to design other things, which becomes a bit of a problem, because the time you're going to be given something which is a bit different from church thing, it's a problem. I wrote a joke on Facebook and I said, somebody has added a crowd of church people behind a restaurant flyer. That is what happens when you are only learning one thing. Okay, when you are only learning one thing, learn how to be broad. Okay, that's why I was able to separate the classes. Okay, basics of Photoshop, how to design in Photoshop. Mostly, if you're going to ask me, I'll tell you to attend especially the class of how to design in Photoshop, because how to design in Photoshop is where I introduce you to different kind of things, and it's not like just how I design in it. By you learning how to design in Photoshop, it gives you a privilege to learn a lot of things than just learning one thing. Mostly, I know my students, sometimes if they send you, even if it's a better thing, you know, they will still make it look like a church. Okay, I don't have a problem if it's a request made by the client, but some of us, or some of them, it's not even a request from a client. It's just them, because they are stuck, you know. And I tell you this, let me be frank with you. I tell you this, every touch has got a time period of its relevance. Okay, they need to change. The premium touch will not remain there forever. That's one thing you should know. A time is coming. In fact, a time is already here. Okay? Because a lot of people are learning it. And that's why I was telling you last time, if you can be able to see, almost every church looks like it's the posters made by Prince. Very soon, people get tired of that touch. They'll need something new. So if you not utilize the time now to learn how to design in Photoshop, a time will come that they will throw you out because you're not going to be able to deliver other kind of touches when it comes to designing. So I want to show you something which I made, and I'll give you okay, so let me just copy all of them. This I made it today, and actually I made it for my shop. Okay, I made it for my shop and for my digital store, of course. So somebody had asked me, how do they design a product box? Okay, someone asked me, Prince, how do somebody called me and told me they needed a product box? I don't have an idea of where to start from. So I'm not here to answer that question. I'm just here. I know if you are here, you're going to be looking at this. I'm just here to show you to show you that I designed it. Okay. Now, designing a product box is a bit complicated. I can tell you there are a lot of things that we do and we just, it's complicated, and it's not complicated on the designing. It's complicated on the measurements. It's complicated on the canvas. It's complicated on the measurements. That is where it's complicated. Okay, so this is how we're able to. This is how I designed them. So I designed it, as you can see it here. This is the skeleton. All the layers, they have been grouped here, and then you can see every single layer is a separate. Everything can be moved. Everything can be broken into pieces like that, but everything is well, everything that you see here have been well measured. Okay, and then if you look at it here, this is the same thing, but now with a design infused in. Okay, so this is the designing part, and then after I did the designing, I now made a mock-up. I now did that designing and brought it in a mock-up to kind of show how it will look, when it's already printed. So I want you to remember what I said at the beginning of the video. The journey you are trying to embark on, someone has embarked on that journey before, and they're the best people to give you the advice that you need. So please join my classes as we get to discuss on how to design in Photoshop, basics of Photoshop, as well as how I design in Photoshop. Then, if you are one of those people who have been given a project to design a box, a product box, especially for us who are working with churches for anointing oil or anointing water, please, the link is going to be in the description below. If you are watching this on YouTube, and it's going to be in the link above if you are watching this on Facebook. This particular box is actually live right now as we speak on my digital store. You can be able to purchase the template. The template also comes with the mock-up. That is the best. It also comes with the mock-up. Now, I want you to know this. There are things you can invest in once and for all. So you need to buy this. Personally, I designed this for myself as well. So it means I will no longer stress when it comes to a box. Next time anybody comes, I'm just going to be changing the design, and then I'll remain with this as a template. So please, if you are out there and you want to buy this, the link is in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube, and in the link above if you're watching this on Facebook. Lastly, if you want to know how to make money in graphics, you can be able to be part of my ongoing classes, which is currently going at $100 worldwide. Wherever you are in Zambia, everywhere, that particular class is $100, and we get to teach you how to generate money. and how to never be broke. Like I've been saying, I can never be broke as long as I remain a graphic designer. I may not have a lot of money to buy a car, I may not have a lot of money to buy a house, but I can never be broke for a day because of designing. The reason is because I've got a lot of ways in which I earn, and I want to teach you that those ways. If you can be able to subscribe to the class of $100, if you are anyway, it's $100. I love you so much. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you find what I've just advised helpful, and don't forget to leave a comment and just like this video so that YouTube can get to suggest it to a lot of people. I love you so much, and keep on doing what you can to remain the best and to remain relevant.